Well, hello America. We did it. I actually pulled the trigger on this thing. It is a 96 Prevost Country Coach motorhome. See the whole thing on this. Let's see. It's a 96 Prevost Country Coach La Mirage XL40. Quite a mouthful, isn't it? It's a Prevost chassis. Anybody knows about Prevost? That's basically a Greyhound bus. Okay, it's a Greyhound bus chassis. It's got a Series 60 Detroit and a 6-speed Allison automatic transmission. Oh, Stan, I thought you didn't want the automatics. No, in this you'd want an automatic, of course. And it's an Allison automatic, which is like in your car. Okay, it's a hydraulic transmission, automatic transmission. The transmissions automatic that I don't like are the semi-automatic transmissions. They're basically a mechanical transmission with an electronic gear shifter in them. So it's an automatic manual. Does that make sense? And those are the ones I don't like in a semi. If you're driving a truck, you ought to have a damn gear shift. In a bus, obviously, you can't do that. So this is an automatic. So Detroit 60, Series 60, 90. It's a 95 model. The coach was actually built in the chassis was built in 95 in Canada by Prevost. They bring it down to America, up in Oregon, to Country Coach. Country Coach rebuilt the inside of it, or not rebuilt. They finished out the inside. This is a conversion bus, like a Ford van. Remember back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of people had conversion vans. A conversion company would buy a Ford van, bring it into their factory, their shop, whatever, and they would build it out and make it a luxury van. Okay, crushed velour captain chairs, back then shag carpeting, velour overhead with LED lights and a mirror and a drop-down TV, or things like that. A conversion, much like a Roush Mustang. Roush doesn't build the Mustang; they buy a Mustang, bring it over, and then they convert it into a Roush version of a Mustang. It's a conversion company. These big Prevost motorhomes, they are all like that. The chassis is made by Prevost. The interior and the paint scheme and everything on the outside and all the air conditioners on the top, that's all put on by the conversion company making an RV. All right, so Prevost and Country Coach. I like the idea of the Prevost because basically it's a Greyhound bus. These are million-mile buses. Okay. It's got a Series 60 Detroit with an automatic transmission. Automatic transmission. It's a Allison automatic transmission. It's not a semi-manual transmission with an automatic shifter, built into it. Those are the ones I don't like. The semi-automatics. Here's your transmission. It's a manual transmission that has an electronic shifter on it. That's the ones I don't like. This is just like in your car. It's a regular hydraulic automatic transmission made by Allison, and they're good transmissions. So Detroit 60 Allison transmission, Prevost chassis, all stainless. I mean, almost the whole thing is stainless. The framework, the cage, so to say, like the shark cage, the cage is stainless steel. The skin is stainless steel. The roof is stainless steel. The only fiberglass is on the nose cone right above the windshield and right above the engine back here, the corners. Those are the only pieces of fiberglass on the thing. Everything else is stainless steel. The undercarriage is all stainless. Everything is stainless. Now the running gears, the suspension part where the axles and all that hooked to, that's regular steel. And then the front end suspension that's steel. But for the most part, this thing's all stainless. It can't really rot or can't rust. So love that idea about the thing. And then while we were looking around in RVs, Pam was looking around. Every time she looked up an RV, and we're in the living room in the evening watching TV, and I've got the computer and I'm on RV.com. She's over on RVtrader.com on her iPad. And hey, what do you think about this one? And I turn it. She goes, "Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't really like those colors. Blah 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 blah. Whatever." All right, turn around. She'd put one out and say, "Oh, I like this one," and it was a Country Coach, not a Prevost, just a regular Country Coach, which is your typical Class A. Okay, because Country Coach made both. They made these and your what you call normal RVs. This was their luxury line, so to say. Oh, arm's getting tired. So it seemed like every time she looked at an RV, it was a Country Coach, and she liked it. She liked the interior and everything. So we kind of got the best for both of us. I got the chassis I wanted, a bus chassis with a Detroit engine instead of like a Volvo engine or something. I got the good engine, the good transmission, the good chassis, and then she got the interior that she liked. It was just, all right, remember several weeks ago, I made a video and I said, I'm going to look for a sign. This bus was it was the sign that I was looking for. I was actively looking for a truck, and I was actively looking for a semi or a bus or an RV. And whenever I found the right one, that's the one I was going to buy. If it was a semi, I'd buy the semi, I'd go back to work. If it was the RV, man, ooh, that's it. Get the RV. I was not even on RV Trader. I was sitting there watching TV, doing nothing. And Pam's daughter comes in the house. She come over to visit. And while we're sitting there, we'd been looking at another RV up north of Dallas up there. It was a white one. And Pam says, hey, show her that RV we're looking at. Oh, okay. And me being the smart aleck I am, I go to look it up and I get to thinking, no, I'm going to look up an old hunk of junk. I mean, a worn down hunk of nothing RV, you know, with gaudy interior and, you know, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, just a hunk of junk RV. And I'm going to show that to her. And then Pam's going to be thinking I'm showing her that nice white one we were looking at. And anyway, while I'm doing that, I'm looking up and I can't find one. Okay, I know, I got a better idea. I'll go find a gaudy looking tour bus, like Motley Crue's tour bus from 1980s. Purple couch, pink shag carpet, you know, that kind of thing. Just really gaudy. So I go over and in the search, I rented it, or trimmed it down to Prevost only. So I hit Prevost because I knew I'd get tour buses like this, right? And I start scrolling down, and I'm like the first one, no, okay. I'm looking down, trying to find that one because I saw one in there that was just real gaudy looking, and I was going to show that one to her, and then say, yeah, this is what I'm going to put your mother in someday, you know. So anyway, and she's like, oh, Mom, you like that? No. So anyway, that was the joke I was going to pull. I get about the fifth one down, and this one comes up. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty nice. I haven't seen that one before. And I'm clicking around looking at it. Hey, that's pretty nice. And I showed Pam, and she goes, ooh, I like that. So she's looking at the interior and everything, really, really liking it. And she says, well, I haven't seen that one on there. I'm like, no, I haven't either. Well, I looked at the bottom. It had only been on there for one day. I'm like, oh, hell, it's a brand new listing. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to call them on it, you know. So I looked down. There's no phone number. I looked, and I couldn't find a phone number. Off to the right, there's that place where you send your email in. You email them, and then they call you back. So I put my name and number and all that in there, and I figured I'd never hear from them. Well, that was on a Friday night at 5 o'clock. Saturday morning, about 9 o'clock, the phone rings, and hello, calling about the Prevost bus that you called about? Oh, yeah. So we sit and talk about it for a little bit. Well, they weren't in town. They live up in Arkansas. The bus was here in Texas, but they were up in Arkansas and said they wouldn't be back for a week. So, okay, so we decide to when they come back home on a Saturday, we'd go over on Sunday and look at it. So we do that. We go over and look at it, and I lost my train of thought. What was it? We get to so we get over to so while we're sitting, so while we're talking, she said, yeah, you were the first one to respond to this. I said, yeah, when did you put this up? She goes, we put this up at 4:30 yesterday, and you sent the text message at 5 o'clock. So you were the first one to see it, to respond to it, everything. And I'm like, wow, okay. It's a Prevost for one. The price is right. It's a country coach for two. You know, Prevost for one, a country coach for two. The price is right. It's local. I don't have to drive to Connecticut, you know, or Oregon or someplace to get it. It's a couple hours away. And remember I talked about a sign? There it was. I mean, like, wow, you know, it's beautiful. It's local. The price is right. Everything. There's no compromises. It's like, damn. So we went over and looked at it, and on the way over, I basically told Pam, I says, if I don't find something terribly wrong with it, we're buying it, period. You know, we go over there and find out that, you know, it's leaking oil all over the place or something like that, then okay, that's a red flag. But for the most part, it can't find anything wrong with it. I mean, there's a couple little minor things, but no big red flag things. So we talked about it for a little bit. We went to dinner, came back. Yeah, we're gonna buy it. So all right. So that was a Saturday. Went home Monday, wired him the money, went over on Tuesday and picked it up. And that was the video you saw. The video of the last video, driving over there, that was on the Saturday we went and looked at it. The drive home when it was raining, that was on Tuesday when I brought it back home. So anyway, there it is. It's a 96 Prevost bus. You know a little bit of the backstory of why I bought it and everything. I'm going to make another video of the interior walk around, okay? So with that, I think that's enough for today. It's just we found the bus we want. So I got to do some work on it. I got to put some solar panels on it. I got to put, I just got to do a few things. You'll see on the next video, I'll explain all that. All right, so for that, ciao.